I'd like to have been introduced earlier. But I was on the moon. Yes, we do. We're twins, and our birthday is June 9th. We're 36 now. Weird. I thought I was 30. He corrected me, and then he taught me how to do my taxes. So, 36. Okay, so this is actually a pretty fun story. So, Donald and I actually hatched from the same egg. My sons all came from individual eggs, but Donald and I came from the same egg, which is pretty cool. Donald is technically older because he did start hatching before me. He started coming out of the top of the egg, and he got stuck and got frustrated, and, then I kicked my way out of the back of the egg, so I guess I came out first, but Donald started hatching first, so technically Donald is older. It's not hard for me to understand Donald, but we did come from the same egg and spent our whole lives together, except for the 11 years that I was on the moon. But yeah, no, I understand Donald pretty easily. Every once in a while he'll say something I can't understand, and I ask him to slow down, but yeah. When we were kids and we shared a bedroom, constantly fighting. But now that we're adults and he lives in a boat on the pool, less often, but we still have disagreements from time to time, but that's normal. Is Donald annoying? I don't think he is. He's my brother, so I'm gonna go with a yes on that. Not always. He's got some wonderful redeeming qualities, for sure. But, I mean, he's Donald. I think he'd say the same thing about me, though. I think it's just, that's just the sibling relationship. Yeah, that was a group effort on our part. I got the fireworks, but it was his idea to put it under the chair. Ultimately, we pressed the button together. Answer, yes. That's a really cute way of asking for the moon theme. So the na-na-na-na part is actually, an extension of the lullaby. So it goes, look to the stars, my darling baby boys. Life is strange and vast, filled with wonders and joys. Face each new sun with eyes clear and true. Unafraid of the unknown, because I'll face it all with you. Here's where the nana comes in. Na 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 na. I didn't have a chance to write lyrics to that part before I went to the moon. It wasn't because I let my heart speak it for me. I think the hardest part was the lyrics. But Donald helped me with the tune and the music of it, but it was a tune that just came to me. He did a great job. I don't think I could have asked for a better person to be a father to my sons while I was gone. I mean, I wish I could have raised them. That would have been great, but since that wasn't an option, there's nobody that could have taken care of them better than Donald. And it's funny because Don has really mellowed out a lot since we were kids. I think fatherhood has been good for him. Again, wish I could have raised my sons, but we're working together one day at a time. And, yeah, no, I'm really proud of my brother. I'm pretty sure that there is a sacred oath that all moms take when they have their children that they don't pick a favorite. I'm sorry, boring answer, but I love all my sons equally, and I see all their strengths individually. Like, Huey is so smart, and Dewey has an amazing lust for adventure, and Louie, he can see all the aspects of any situation and break it down so that it works for everybody. My sons are amazing and awesome, like... Sorry, boring answer. It's the mom code. I did ask him this, and, long story short, he dropped the paper on the way to the registry, so... He said Phooey 3 times, apparently, and they wrote it down as Huey, Dewey, and Louie. So that's why my kids are named Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I just liked the names. I wish I could come up with a funny answer, but I get really into the things that I'm excited about, and, I really like planes and rockets, so, yeah. No, I learned and adapted pretty quickly to, Huey, Dewey, and Louie from Jet, Turbo, and Rebel. Although I think my names are better, I've grown to love their names. And then, as far as which is the most difficult to take care of, they all take care of each other, and they're all pretty responsible for 11-year-olds. But if I had to pick one, it's probably Louis. He's had the hardest time, adapting to our new family situation, but he's gotten better. Huey's the easiest. That being said, he's really great at looking at and analyzing things, which is why he gets into the most trouble, so, you know. I really love that you're asking me my opinions on my sons and not asking me to choose between, because this is much easier. Huey is stronger than he knows. He's so smart, too. I'm so proud of just, like, everything that he's tried to do. He might not always succeed at things, but it's because he doesn't believe he can do it. I think that if he just believed in himself a little bit more, he could do anything. Dewey has so much energy and so much confidence. He can literally do anything that he puts his mind to. I'm so proud of him. He's a natural adventurer. And Louis is so smart. He's so cunning. He's got a razor sharp intellect that, if he decided to put it to use, he really could do anything. Honestly, he's stronger than he knows, but he also knows that he doesn't have to exert much energy to get what he wants done. So, we're working on that. I mean, all my kids are a lot like me, but if I had to be honest with you on this, I was the most like Dewey growing up. Dewey and I had the same energy, so I was kind of like a mix between Webby and Dewey as a kid, and Donald was a lot like Huey and Louie. So they all think he's a stick in the mud, and they're not wrong, but I don't know, probably Huey. I feel like your legacy is carried by everyone you've touched in your life. Everyone that you've made an impression on carries your legacy in a certain way. So, yeah, my sons are gonna carry my legacy, Webby's gonna carry my legacy, Penny's gonna carry my legacy. Everybody that I've made an impression on, I assume is gonna carry my legacy with them. But if you're asking specifically, probably Dewey. I don't, but Dewey does. Gene the Genie might know him too. But I don't know him. Does that count? All joking aside, Dewey loves it, so I probably should play it. I'll start playing it so that I can understand what it's about. Great question, Incredipuppy. So, after the Wendigo attack, we did go back with Uncle Scrooge to see if the kid was okay, but he was gone, he had disappeared. Dawn and I did talk about it that night after the attack, and we sort of narrowed it down to either one of our kids or one of our grandkids. We weren't sure which. Dawn said it was probably one of mine because he kept asking about me, and I was like, oh, interesting, weird question. But we still weren't sure if it was my kid or my grandkid. You will remember that in my picture, had to go get it. In my picture of my kids, I drew a pretty perfect Dewey, so I did remember him. I just wasn't sure if he was my kid or not. I just figured I'd draw inspiration from that kid on Christmas. But, it turns out it is Dewey. Donald said that he had a lot of my energy, so I was like, okay, well, I guess I raised a good kid. Donald probably put it together before I did that it was Dewey. Okay, but my last drawing looked like this. I'm not an artist. I might have to speed this up. So finished product time! Here's my first picture of my sons that I drew on the moon! Here's my new picture. I can't say it's better. I think I nailed Dewey in the first one, and I don't know if I did better in this one. I'm not an artist, guys. But I tried. Yeah, there you go. My sons. I love them. That's fair. That's valid. You can't imagine how incredibly hard it is to not get to see your family grow up. Because of a stupid risk you took. I thought I was invincible. I thought that nothing could stop me. And I was wrong. and it's the worst choice that I've ever made. And I wish every day that I had been there with my kids, but I fought every day to get back, and I'm gonna fight every day to be a part of this family. I'm gonna see my kids continue to grow. What's my opinion on my family? I love my family. I love everyone in my family. Like even Webby, who isn't family by birth. But yeah, no, I love everybody in my family. I don't understand the question though. Am I supposed to roast my family? I heard roasting is something that we're doing now. I don't understand what that means. I'm gonna have to ask Dewey. But yeah, I love my family. Be more specific, I'll answer again. They're 11. You're gonna ask them to choose this now? None of them? It's their choice? I don't do arranged marriages. I do consider Webby to be my fourth child. She's so close with my boys. Like, she's their best friend. She's basically family at this point. And, yeah, she's there for us, and we're here for her. So, yeah, I definitely consider her to be my fourth child. I think Penny's convinced she is my child. I've corrected her, but she still calls her small Della. Maybe she thinks that Della's the species? Unclear. Honestly, it's almost eerie how similar she is to me when I was her age, considering we're not blood relation. But yeah, no, I love Webby. She's so funny, and she's an incredible adventurer. Like, she's so strong. She's stronger than she knows. So, yeah, I love her. Yeah. And she reminds me a lot of myself. Yes, so I've met Lena. She comes to the mansion all the time. Webby loves having sleepovers, so yeah, I've met both Lena and Violet. They're pretty cool. They're pretty butt-kicking. And Lena can do magic, so that's cool. What are your thoughts on Mark MC Biek? Who? Is that weird squirrely guy that was with Glomgold when he came to take over my uncle's company? Because that guy was pretty weird. Yeah, weird. I love her. Not only is she a bombshell, like how did Donald land someone that gorgeous? But she loves him for who he is. She's willing to put up with him, warts and all. You know, he's been putting the trash in the swimming pool. Instead of taking it to the trash, who does that? I do that, but he's my brother and he's more responsible than me. But yeah, no, she's great. She held a Titan into submission, so yeah, no, Daisy's great in my book. Given how she screamed at that Titan, she definitely could. Just don't know if she wants to. She could definitely hold her own up against an enemy, for sure. Yeah, Daisy could adventure. Is anyone really friends with Gyro Gearloose? I've thought about this question every day for 11 years. Yeah. Why does it exist? Anything. Peppermint, 3-course meal, strawberry, blueberry, anything but black licorice! Murder, no. Few choice words for him, though. Maybe if I could figure out a way for him to taste the thing he likes the least in the world for 11 years, maybe that would be proper vengeance. But murder, no, not worth it.
Another classic Gyro failure! Along with his weird tiny glasses and his dumb tiny hat and his complete inability to perform even the basic functions required to pass for a human being!
I don't know if you know this, but my favorite mom activity is ice cream parties. The thing about ice cream is that all ice cream is good, and all ice cream can be anything that you want it to be, so it's good for any occasion. And, brings people together. So it's great. I like my coffee strong. I've had it every way. Give me a few shots of espresso in it and I'm good. I don't sleep. I also like tea. Why would you use Google when Ask Jeeves is available? Wait, is Ask Jeeves still around? I've been on the moon for a while. Is Ask Jeeves still a thing? Oh, yes, I love those movies. Like, I love them so much. Fun fact, they are based on my uncle, if you didn't know that. Sounds weird, But it's true, the first 2 scenes in the first Indiana Jones movie pulled straight from my uncle's adventures. I did also really love the Jurassic Park movies growing up. I always wanted to be Laura Dern's character in that. My clothing choices as a kid definitely reflect that. The Mummy is great. I like those movies. But yeah, no, back to Indiana Jones. My favorite order for those movies are definitely the third one, then the first one, and then the second one. I wish there were more movies because I really like... There's a fourth one? It's got aliens? I'm gonna have to see that. I love an inquisitive mind. I'm gonna try to answer this in the allotted time. But while I was on the moon, I mostly just ate Oxy-Chew. It was the only thing available. It did provide oxygen, water, and nutrition for me, so it kept me alive on the moon, but at what cost? Because I did have to taste black licorice every day. Somehow it got stronger for 11 years. I did try some of the moon people's food, but it didn't have much of a taste, and also it did not provide oxygen, so I had to hold my breath while I was eating it. Not fun. Favorite relative? Besides my brother and my sons, Uncle Scrooge, I love him. You're probably asking about Gladstone and Feathery, though. Feathery and I have some disagreements on the importance of aquatic life, you'll say, and Gladstone's a little entitled, but I do love them both, too. I'm guessing the band you're asking about is the Three Cabs. I never sang with them, but we did go sing karaoke a couple times. Yeah, no, homesick was my constant state of being for about 11 years. I spent every day fighting to get home to my sons and to my brother and my uncle. I was very homesick, very lonely, miss my family a lot. Oh, there's a few things that I can think of off the top of my head. My family, food, an oxygen supply, gold. Gold would have been incredibly useful. That would have saved about 6 years off of my trip. So, considering I did not know there was gold on the moon, I did not really build up a cache of gold to take with me. My intention was just to bring back my ship, which had gold patches on it. My ship disappeared though at some point. Turns out Donald took it to the moon. That was a mistake. But yeah, no, the only thing that I kept was I made some friendship bracelets for me and Penny, the little best friend charms. Made one for me and one for her. I'm sure she still has hers, but mine it's somewhere in my stuff. I haven't really gone through my stuff since I got back from the moon, but if I find it, I'll show you guys. But I've always been an adventure more for the adventure of it than for the treasure aspect of it. My uncle usually likes to find treasure and likes to do the adventure, but I'm really more about adventure than gold. Yeah, it's way more satisfying to do a backflip off of something than to just, walk somewhere. So yeah, backflipped as often as I could. Until I got bored, and then I stopped for a while, and then I did it again! That's a pretty good question. I tried a lot of different things while I was on the moon. I tried drawing. I tried staring contests. Those were traumatizing. I counted metal tiles in the spaceship multiple times. But by far, the one pastime that I spent the most of my time, effort, energy, and heart on were the moon messages for my sons that I was sending down to Earth so that they could be with me while I was on the moon, which I now realize never made it to them. Christmases were pretty lonely. I would sit down and I'd think about my favorite memories with my family, and I'd take a minute, and then I'd get back to repairs. What a strange question. So I got a strange answer. So after the crash, I rebuilt a leg out of robot parts from the rocket, and then I had to move the ship pieces in order to write my message and to rebuild my ship. Which means I had to move the part that crushed my leg in the first place. Dust got stirred. It got... I don't want to say blown because there's not wind on the moon, but it did get propelled into space. It's actually what gave me the idea to try and throw myself off the moon. Yeah, my leg is somewhere in deep space, I assume. My leg made it off the moon before I did. Pass. I'm gonna pass on this one. Just say I took a really nice long shower when I got home after I cut my hair. I love Penny. She's my best friend. She is the coolest person that I know. She's so strong and so passionate and so amazing, so, I love her. She's strong, she's smart, she's really tall, she's super passionate about everything she does. Basically, Penny's just the coolest person that exists. So the short answer is everything. Yeah, we do a lot of things together. Like, we go get food, and we go on hikes, and we go in the middle of nowhere and eat the food. It's camping. We go camping. I've been showing her all about Earth Fun. I showed her video games. That was really fun. Launchpad and I are too similar for that to be a healthy relationship. They do say that your partner should be your best friend, so you can take that as you will. Better. They're going better. I have sort of understood his learning style a little bit more. I'm starting to understand Launchpad a little bit more. I'd say that our crash to landing rate has improved from 100% to maybe about 70% now. So he is getting better, for sure. Yep. I love the situation. I love having full access to my plane and it not being crashed, so I love him working with Darkwing, yeah. Are you asking my thoughts on Darkwing the show, or Darkwing, who hangs out with Launchpad McQuack? Cause that guy is basically just like a cosplayer who really likes Darkwing Duck. Which I can respect, being passionate about something and letting it take you into a career, that's pretty cool. But, I didn't really watch Darkwing Duck growing up. We spent a lot of time on adventures, and when I wasn't on adventures, I was playing video games, because that kind of held my attention a little bit more than the series. That being said, Penny and I sat down with Launchpad and his friend Drake, and watched a couple episodes of the old show, and it's pretty funny. But I don't know, I think the cosplayer that fights crime is kind of cooler. He seems nicer than the guy in the old show, too, so I like him. He's nice.